59 years. That number hits different when you spent your life chasing six strings and chasing dreams. I was just a kid with calluses on my fingers and a fire in my heart. I didn't have much, just a beat-up guitar, a stubborn attitude, and a dream too loud to ignore. From the first time I wrapped my fingers around a neck and heard that string vibrate, I knew this life was mine. And here I am, 59 years later, still doing it, still playing, still learning, still feeling that same fire. Only now, instead of smoky clubs or arena crowds, I'm here with you on YouTube, talking to people from all over the world, sharing music, stories, lessons, laughs, and a bit of life wisdom picked up along the way. Let me tell you, this platform, this connection, this community, it means the world to me. I've adapted my playing to the times, to the tech, to the trends, and to the tools. And the fact that so many of you have come along for the ride, watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, it blows me away. Every view, every message, every interaction reminds me that this journey I started as a kid is still unfolding in amazing ways. So this video is more than just a birthday post. It's a thank you letter in the form of riffs and real talk to everyone who supported me through gigs, through change, through good years and lean ones. I see you and I appreciate you more than words can say. I've got stories to share, wisdom earned the hard way, and a few notes of gratitude I want to play for you today. Let's celebrate not just my 59th birthday, but what it means to still be chasing the music, chasing connection, and chasing purpose. Let's dive in. I can remember some of my first guitar memories. I can remember hearing Jose Feliciano's version of Light My Fire and hearing his classical guitar on that track. And I can remember, eventually getting my first acoustic guitar and not knowing anything, what to do with it or how to tune it or anything. And, someone said if you just played the strings all the way down, it would play, My Dog Has Fleas. And so I would strum it and say that. And for a while there, that guitar got put in the closet like a lot of us. Until you get serious about something, until you find the right teacher. And I've talked about my journey doing that as a kid. Until you find that right teacher who can teach you in the way that you can learn, that guitar ends up sitting in that closet. And man, here's the reality. If I had not picked that back up, if I'd have given up the first time someone told me I'd never be able to play guitar, if I had left that guitar in the closet and started focusing on something else, well, then I can absolutely say with 100% conviction that my life would have been completely different. Now, a lot of time as you're growing up and learning guitar, a lot of time back in the day, before YouTube, before all this information that we have now, all the tablature and all of that stuff wasn't even invented when we were kids, right? And a lot of time was spent listening to records, playing along to records, trying to pick out phrases, trying to find your own phrases. A lot of it was experimentation. And a lot of us developed our own styles by not being able to figure out exactly what was in between those grooves on that worn out LP. It was an interesting time to learn because it forced you to create your own style. It forced you to morph into your own player. These days, anybody can go online and look up anything on YouTube and immediately learn how to play it. And the mystery is largely gone. But guitar used to be a great mystery. And that mystery is what kept me picking it up. That guitar, after I was done playing with it, would sit in that corner, leaned up against that Fender tube amp. But it would be calling to me. Even when I put it down, it'd be sitting over there, and it's like a puzzle that I kept trying to figure out. And man, it took me on quite a journey, starting out in garage bands and playing local battle of the bands, and eventually, landing my first professional gig. It's been a journey that has continued to this day. Now, everybody remembers the lean years, the grit years, touring, struggling, surviving, and for me, those grit years were spent in the clubs, whether it be out in Los Angeles or in Nashville, or even before I even moved to either one of those places, playing the bars near Virginia Beach. And man, I did a decades-long apprentice, in all of those places combined before I ever got a shot at going on the road. And man, it served me well. I didn't get immediately pulled into a world that I wasn't ready for. By the time I got those calls, I was ready to handle it. I knew kind of what to do and what not to do. But then again, life is full of learning circumstances and situations, and we still make mistakes. Why? Because we're human, right? But man, there were epic gigs, and there were terrible gigs. There were many more gigs than not, playing to half empty rooms for very low money and barely eking out enough money to survive. That's what the grit years were all about, man. And sometimes I can remember even calling home one time, especially when I was out in California, and just telling, hey, I'm like hungry. We have nothing to eat. Can you send me a package of grits? I literally called my mother and said, can you send me a package of grits? I want to have some grits. So she literally put together a care package, and inside that care package was a package of grits. And man, those are the times I'll never forget, though. And I learned in those years that money didn't give me happiness. As long as I kept a positive attitude, I kept trying, and I was doing what I loved, money really didn't matter. I had the time of my life out in California, and I made zero money playing guitar, literally zero money playing the biggest clubs on the Sunset Strip, never saw a dime, right? And that went on for years, right? Thinking that we would eventually get the big payoff, we would eventually get the record deal. Well, I would tell younger guys listening to me now, let that be an example. Always get paid for your work. Now, in Nashville these days, it's become such a huge music scene, and a lot of people are playing music each day that maybe it's not their favorite genre of music, so they will do these sort of, I don't know if it's like a jam night or something where they'll all get together and everybody will play a metal song or a Dio song or an R&B. It'll be Michael Jackson night or whatever, and they'll always have all these musicians get together in different groups, and they'll go play for free, and it's all about the brotherhood of music and all that. But man, I had so many years before Nashville became a boom town, so many years where I made next to nothing, that the last thing I wanted to do was go play once I'd established myself as somebody that would get a certain amount of money for a certain amount of work, and otherwise I don't even want to get the call. I became the guy that wouldn't do those type of gigs, because to me, I had already been in that situation. Was, oh, come do this gig. It'll be great for your networking and all that. And man, I did so many years of that, man, I learned to value what I did. I learned to turn down the gigs that didn't pay enough. I learned how to say no, which is just important as learning when to say yes. Now, one thing that I've learned in all these years, 59 years, is being able to adapt, being able to realize that, hey, man, when the LA thing died out and the rock star dreams, faded, and it looked like, man, I was just going to Nashville to just play. Hey, man, I'm just going to go so I can keep playing gigs. I didn't think anything would have happened or changed if I stayed in LA. And I'm glad I went to Nashville when I did. But man, I got in early before the boom. And man, I had to pay a lot of dues for a lot of years. And it wasn't easy. It was a bit of a culture shock. It was not, this golden place full of beautiful people and Rolls Royces and all the stuff that I would see in LA. But you know what? It was a lot more real. It was a lot more down to earth. And unlike LA, if I was broke down on the freeway in Nashville, I could call somebody and they would come and help me. In LA, they're all there when you're headlining the club. They're all there when they want something from you and you've got it to give. But when the chips are down, man, most of the time they're gone. And that's another lesson that I learned, man. Everybody wants to be your friend when you're on top, but when you're on the bottom, man, that's when you truly find out who your friends really are. Now, finding my voice through change, finding this outlet on YouTube. And man, I started this YouTube channel like 16 or 17 years ago. And I had no idea what I was doing with it. It was the early stages of YouTube anyway. And so I post a few playing clips or I demo some pedals, very rough demos of pedals. And, I didn't start to find my voice until I just started telling how it really is. And that's what people have come to love about this channel. And I'm very much appreciative to it because not many people are giving you the other side of the coin. Everybody wants to take you on their road gig and, oh, here's my tour bus and, oh, this is our catering and look, here's the stage and woohoo, here's the big crowd. But nobody is out there telling you what it's like when the screams of the crowd have died off. And that's one thing that's helped me find my voice on this channel. And I know there's a lot of people out there who, one, are either curious about what I'm talking about and what that lifestyle represents and what it really is. And then there's a lot of you out there who have experienced it as well. And between those two, man, we've built this amazing community. And man, it's been an amazing experience doing all this and finding my voice through realizing that I am just like you. The person watching this right now probably has the same experiences, the same level of playing ability. I'm not on here trying to teach people how to play triads or whatever else all the other channels are doing, man. It's talking about the lessons that I've learned in life through music, right? Look, learning how to judge somebody's character. Have you ever said that somebody calls up and goes, hey man, can I borrow a pedal or this and that? And they borrow it and you get a weird feeling when they leave, like you're never going to see that pedal again. Well, when you first do it, when you first loan somebody something, whether it be money or give somebody a ride or something, and you do something for them, it takes a while before you start to be able to realize, hey, this pedal's never coming back. This $100 I just loaned this guy, I'm never seeing that again. But through years of experience and learning to judge character, I now know. I now know whether somebody's going to come back and pay me back, or whether somebody's going to, borrow my gear and I'm never going to see it again. It ends up in the local pawn shop. These are the tough lessons that you have to learn, man. And, through this channel, I'm able to convey these messages to people who maybe have not experienced these things. It's sort of having a higher level of perception to perceive whether somebody's just ripped you off or whether they're going to return and return the favor tenfold, because that can happen as well. Now, YouTube has become the modern stage for me, right? When it gets too hard to be out there, I don't want to go on the road. I don't really want to go play in bars. I'm not drinking anymore. I'm married. I don't really have a reason to be in that environment. And being able to do this and tell my message and play a little bit and share stories and commentary on the latest, atrocities that have happened in the rock world, this has become the modern stage for me. And it's a whole lot easier for me to do this and hopefully do this for a very long time. I know 59 years is a long time to be alive, but I also know that hopefully, God willing, I will have many more years to share the messages and lessons that I've learned in a lifetime of music. Now, the unexpected blessings of this digital connection, this community that we've created here, there's comments and messages, just like I get people each day who tell me, thank you so much for this message. I needed that push right now. And believe me, when I put together motivational videos and trying to get people to stay motivated in life, that is my intention. But when I see the results, when I read your comments, when I hear from you in messages and emails and everything else, man, it also helps me, right? It changes my day because it gives me a reason. If one person leaves a positive comment, perhaps on this video right here, that message can help me when I need the push to continue on. So while I may be motivating people out there and helping people, it's also felt right here. I feel it reciprocated. I feel the help returned. And man, I think together, this is something I never really expected. I thought I would do videos and I would play initially, and people would leave comments, and I had no idea what I was doing with this channel. But it has grown into an amazing organic community where we're helping each other. People are sharing their stories, and oftentimes someone will tell their story in the comments, and I'm like, this is a great video. This is a great testimony, and I'm going to share this comment and I'm going to share this testimony and then add my 2 cents, because you inspire me as much as sometimes I inspire the people that tune in. And that's something I never, ever thought would happen. I didn't think it would go that deep. I didn't think about the stories from the subscribers and the shared passions that we have. We're a lot more similar than I ever realized we would be. I didn't realize that there were so many people who had gone through the same life experiences as a musician, but you guys are all out there. And there's so many hundreds and thousands of you still out there that have yet to find the channel. And if you're just now tuning into this video today, and this is the first video you've seen, man, thank you so much. And man, you know what? We can share a lot of experiences here. And man, I love hearing from everybody that watches my videos. So over my time in the music business, of course, I've had musical lessons. Every day I try to learn a little musical tidbit, whether it's one note or one idea or one lick or one chord or one chord sequence or something, right? But the real lessons and the lessons that I share on this channel are the life lessons. And those are the ones that can help you every day. Music teaches us. Music teaches us dynamics. Music teaches us note choice or word choice, right? Music teaches us how to put together phrases, right? Music teaches us to be soft. Music teaches us to be loud. Music teaches us to have phrasing and space. And all of these things can help you in life, right? All of the experiences that I've had playing music taught me more about life than I'd ever learn than if I'd have spent my life sitting in a cubicle every day. You know, nothing against that. I get it. There's probably a lot of people that watch this channel that they might be going to work today and sitting in a cubicle. I get it. We all have to do different things to survive. But man, getting out there and really chasing your dreams, man, there's some really incredible life lessons that you can learn. And again, I love to hear from everybody in the comments on their own experiences. Where do we go from here? Where do we go now? Here's the deal, man. What's next for the channel? The sky is the limit. I have nothing but positive vision of what's going to happen. It does get hard from time to time trying to find, amazing interviews. And look, not every amazing interview comes from a household name. I will interview anybody on this channel if I think they have an incredible lesson to teach. So I encourage everybody to watch every interview I do. I usually put them out on a Sunday, although today, this message is going to go out in my normal interview slot. That's 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday morning. It's not easy securing, household names or famous rock stars and all that, but everybody has a lesson to teach. And man, I encourage everybody, if you haven't seen all the interviews on this channel, please go back and watch them. There's some amazing interviews with people who have incredible experiences in the music business. And, the sky is the limit. I'm going to continue to seek out the best interviews and unique things to do with the channel. There's going to be new upcoming series at some point. At some point, we'll probably collaborate. I'm going to be working on different projects. And I'm going to invite you to shape the next chapter because, again, the comments that I get on this channel and what people like and what their particular story or their, things that they want to talk about, that shapes the channel. You actually shape the content that is created here because when I hear from you, I get inspired. And now here we are at the close of this video, but the truth is, it doesn't feel like an ending. It feels like the start of something even deeper. Because turning 59 has reminded me of one simple truth. Music is a lifelong companion. It doesn't leave you when the crowd fades. It doesn't age out. It grows with you, evolves with you, and in many ways, it becomes you. I played on some big stages. I've been humbled by small ones. I've felt the sting of rejection, the magic of connection, and the unpredictable ride of a life spent following the muse. But the most powerful and lasting part of this journey, the part that sticks, is you. You watching this, you who subscribed, you who left a comment when I needed it most, you who came to a show in 1989 or hit like in 2025, you who sends me gear questions, asks about tone, or just says, hey man, thanks, this meant something. You remind me that the path I'm on isn't just mine, it's ours. This channel isn't just my story, it's a gathering place for everyone who's ever loved the sound of a bent note, the feel of a worn fretboard, or the deep satisfaction of hearing something true come through the amp. And it's wild to think that YouTube has become my new venue. This digital stage is different from the smoky bars and packed clubs, but it's just as real. In some ways, it's even more intimate because here we talk, we interact, we share ideas, trade experiences, and build a kind of modern campfire around music, story, and soul. So if you've been a part of this, thank you. You are part of my musical DNA now. I carry you with me every time I hit record. As I head into my 60th year, here's what I'm committing to. More music, more stories, more connection. Whether it's a new jam, a guitar demo, a walk and talk from the road, or a deep dive into the realities of a musician's life, I'm here for it, and I'm here for you. If you haven't yet, I'd be honored if you'd hit that subscribe button. Not just because it helps the channel, though it does, but because it brings you into this circle of shared passion. We're building something real here, and I'd love you to be a bigger part of it. And if you've ever wanted to go deeper, if you enjoy the extended jams, the behind-the-scenes stories, the unreleased clips, or just want to support this journey in a more personal way, consider becoming a channel member or joining me on Patreon. Over there, I'm sharing the long-form versions, exclusive content, things too raw or too real for the algorithm. To my longtime friends, bandmates, collaborators, and listeners, thank you for every mile, every note, every laugh, and every lesson. To those just joining, welcome. You found this channel for a reason, and I'm glad you did. To everyone, keep playing, keep listening, keep chasing what lights you up, because no matter your age, your gear, your genre, or your journey, if music lives in you, then you are never alone, and neither am I. So here's to 59 and to the road ahead. Let's walk it together, one riff at a time. Subscribe, join, comment, share, reach out, rock on with all my heart. Thank you.